So let's look ahead to Alabama. It is a Thursday through Saturday series. So Tennessee's going to get one less day of rest. Tennessee comes off of playing probably the hottest team in the conference in Alabama, and in Ole Miss. And Alabama comes off of a road series at Texas, playing one of the top teams in the conference. And so that is a nasty 1-2 punch for Alabama as far as road series goes. I do not envy them having to travel to Austin and then travel up to Knoxville to play
Yeah.
these two teams. But Logan, as we look ahead to Alabama, I think the first thing that comes to mind is what do you think is going to happen with pitching? You think it's going to be same thing as always, or do you think that they're going to put these guys on more of a pitch clock now that there's one less day of recovery? Like, what do you think is going to happen there?
I mean, they did announce today that their rotation's staying the same. So Max throwing Thursday, Coons Friday, Blanco Saturday. Um, no, I mean, I don't think it changes that much. You're only talking 1 day's rest. Like, are they going to let somebody throw 110 pitches? No, probably
Right.
not. But I mean, these guys are still. You're to the point in the year now where everybody's stretched out how they're going to be. So, like, I don't think they're not going to sit here and only let a guy throw 70 pitches because he's a day short on rest.
Right.
Like, maybe he doesn't get to go as long because that arm just hasn't fully recovered or something like that. But no,
Right.
I don't think it changes your pitching plans that much. Um, Especially because I don't even know how many Mac threw on Friday. Like, I don't know how many pitches he threw. Um,
He
but
still got up there.
yeah, but no. I don't think it changes it that much. And you're to the point now where it doesn't really matter. Like you obviously don't want to hurt a guy's arm.
Yeah.
If they want to be professionals, you have to keep that in mind. But you got to push them to as best as you can.
Yeah.
You got to win games.
Yeah.
So,
If I'm reading this correctly, Mac threw 104 pitches on
okay,
Friday.
well, still,
But they were
um,
gassing him because the game was pretty much over, and then there's
yeah,
a little bit of life that made you wonder.
yeah. So no, I don't think it changed. I think they'll run them out there, and like I said, they may not go for 110, but I mean, I'd be shocked. I mean, obviously, it depends. Like, are you throwing 70 high leverage pitches and you've given up 6 runs? Like, that's one thing.
Right.
But if you're at 80 pitches of 2 hit ball and no runs, like they're not going to pull them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't see why they would do that.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And you're going up against an Alabama team that hold on to your britches, but Alabama is worse than Tennessee at the plate,
They are.
and it's I would say by a pretty significant bit. I mean,
But do you know who else was worse than Tennessee at the plate in conference play?
when they played, no,
Ole
wasn't it Ole
Miss.
Miss? Yeah,
Yeah.
which they're hot right now. They are
Well, that doesn't
the
mean much.
right.
But yeah, but you have to remember too, like I don't care how bad they are. If you make mistakes and put guys on in front of Justin LeBron, he will make you pay.
Yes.
He is a first round shortstop who can absolutely
Yeah.
use the stick and he will punish you.
Right. Yeah. And so Tennessee's got to go out there and continue to do what they've done the last two games, which is
Yeah.
be patient, hit when they go to hit, make good contact, and then just be smart. Make
Yeah.
the little plays.
But
Like
well, and that's the thing too. Like, don't strike out.
right.
Alabama somehow is one of the worst fielding teams in the league. Even LeBron has 15 turnovers. 15 turnovers.
15
LeBron got me in a
errors.
basketball mood. Even LeBron has 15 errors, and he
Yeah.
is a high level shortstop. Like, that's not like him. Like,
Yeah.
they will make mistakes if you put the ball in play. You have to put the
Which
ball in play and then take advantage of those mistakes. Do not strike
yeah.
out.
Which looking at their error numbers, to put in perspective, I feel like Tennessee's had a good bit of errors, and I am shocked by the fact that they are second in the conference with only 22 errors on the
I'm
season.
about to say they've been pretty good on this in the field. They've been pretty good in the field.
Alabama has 61. The next
Yeah,
closest team is LSU with 51. So
yeah,
you're not wrong. Just hit the ball at guys and see what you can get to happen. Because if you can just get on base, who knows what happens?
yep,
And you want to give yourself that advantage. But swinging at crap, chasing balls, chasing pitches that are clearly going in the dirt. That's happened multiple times. And I'm just like, man, like I don't know what it's like to stand at the plate and see 95 miles an hour come across a couple times and then see 75 come across. But I would like to think that I would understand if something's going in the dirt, I'm not going to swing at it. But who knows? It's way easier to sit here and say that than than anything else. And so, it's one of those things where this is set up for a sweep, but you have to win. You've got to
Yes.
win the series because if you can win this series and get yourself, back over 500, you're looking at 11 and 10 if you can sweep. Then even if you don't sweep, you're at 10 and 11. You're
Sure.
probably putting yourself in a position to get back into the top half of the conference. Now, the tiebreakers are going to be really weird and things like that, but you go from here and you're playing Kentucky after that, and then Texas after that, and Oklahoma. You got to get the easy ones, and this series is an easy one. It's probably, I don't want to say it is your easiest, because I think with how Tennessee's playing now, I don't think Kentucky's going to be as difficult or as thorn
I
in
was
the
like, Kentucky's
side.
probably the easiest. Alabama's still top 15, but you're at home. You got to win it.
Right. But I'm saying as you match up, you're talking about if you can just get on base, a team that commits a lot of errors, that doesn't hit particularly well, and your pitching staff looking to bounce back, the recipe's all there for you to be able to go get the sweep. And so, and I think that I don't know how the series went against Texas. Alabama lost 2 of 3. They
Yes.
they went game one. They lost 2-10, and then lost 1-3, and then won 2-1. So you're talking about a highly competitive series for Alabama and Texas. And I mean, was Tennessee and Ole Miss highly competitive? Not really. I mean, games 1 and 2 were
Game
competitive, but it wasn't. Game 2 was. I
game
mean,
two was they blew it open in
they
the ninth inning or the
in
eighth
the eighth
inning.
or ninth, yeah. So game 2 is highly competitive, but game 3 wasn't at all. It wasn't like you were going into this game down in the ninth inning wondering who's going to win.
Yeah.
So that helps ease it a little bit. You've had 2 games where you've hit over 10 run. You've gotten over 10 runs. You need to keep that up, and
Sure.
maybe stack some series on each other. And who knows, if you're able to win 5 out of 6 against Kentucky and Alabama, you feel a whole lot better coming back home to play Texas. And if you can come back, win game 1 against Texas, man, suddenly you're feeling really good
Sure.
heading
Yeah.
into your final 6 games of the year before the tournament.
And your pitching gives you every opportunity to beat everybody you play the rest of the way.
Your pitching and your fielding. I mean, heck, like
Yeah.
like we said earlier, that the fielding has been very good, except when it
Yeah.
hasn't, and that's been in very short spurts.
Yeah. Well, and we've said it right. Like we keep saying, it just takes one flip, like one thing, boom, one thing, and then all of a sudden the bats could just come alive.
Right.
And we thought the Vanderbilt game that they blew, maybe that's the one. Thought maybe the Mississippi State series was the one, and then we thought maybe this Ole Miss one is the one. So like, it may never be the one,
It may not.
but if I mean, if it is, if Levi Clark really kicks it up a notch, if Henry Ford goes back to pre conference play, Henry Ford, if Blake Grimmer starts producing, that lineup gets a whole lot deeper,
It does.
and it changes a lot of things you can do.
And it takes pressure off of guys. And you know what? I'm just going to make the notion that similar to how hotels and high-rise buildings don't have a 13th floor because it's bad luck and no one would take it. I think we eliminate the 4-hole. We go 1, 2, 3, and then 5 through 10. That way, the 4-hole
would agree
doesn't
with that.
exist anymore because Grimmer was there, struggled. You move Grindlinger up to the 4-hole, and then he starts to struggle.
Yeah,
Looks nothing like himself. Like
Levi
obviously
Clark was bad in the 4-hole.
it's
Blake Brown's
cursed.
been bad in the 4-hole. I agree.
So I'm just want to throw that out there. I think the team just needs to get rid of it, and on their lineup cards, it is 1 through 3, 5 through 10. Everything will be better. So
I agree. I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for that.
But, you had 2 games, and Lipscomb's probably not a high-level opponent, but you had 2 games where your guys were the guys. You had Levi
Sure.
Clark, you had Blake Grimmer, you had Henry Ford, all being dudes. Blaine
Yeah.
Brown, you need those guys to continue to step up and continue to go, and that's what you just said. But if these 2 games if they can stack it, win 2 games this weekend, win another 2 games. You don't have to be perfect throughout the rest of this,
Right.
but you gotta execute and you gotta get stuff done. So